Hello everyone, I'm Black Marvin. I'm a progressive psychedelic trance artist. I'm an electronic music teacher, and I'm also a minimal techno producer under the alias of Solarpunk. And that's relevant today because we're producing minimal techno inside FL Studio. We're going to use only the Microfreak. We're going to feed the beast the Prophecy analog style wavetables inside the synth, and we're going to solely use that to produce minimal techno. The tutorial is separated into multiple parts, so if you don't want to miss next part, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. There's also always some nice sound design tips and tricks on this channel. The Prophecy Wavetables link is in the description. There's a version for Microfreak and also a version just for regular VSTs if you want. And without further ado, let's dive in and let's produce some minimal techno. So we are inside this project here, and it's at 125 BPM. So far what I have this interface set up for the Microfreak. By the way, I had a little bit of trouble. Once this was alt checked, okay, this was like sending data of, like, it was switching the wavetable when I was hitting play. That was very, very weird, and it took me some time to like find out what was the problem. So I'm mentioning it, so if there's some Microfreak users and that you're using the MIDI out in FL Studio, make sure that you uncheck that. Or, well, if you're having problem, maybe check it might be coming from here. In my case, I won't need any of these signal. I'm mostly gonna use this for sequencing, and I have the corresponding parameters here. Like I mapped some of them here. So that's gonna help. And also, of course, on the screen you have a view of what's gonna happen on the Microfreak. And that's pretty much a very like from scratch video, because I have this, but that was my test. I just wanted to make sure that the signal is flowing. But today I'm aiming for something between Tale of Us and Hiboga Tech. So some like psychedelic and melodic techno at 125 BPM. We'll see. So let's just dive in, and I'm gonna get a kick. It's gonna come from kick 2. So I'm gonna grab in my user presets. I have some nice techno kicks. I'm not going to focus too much on the mixing aspect of the track today. I'm going to do another episode probably where I mix the track. But today I want to focus on like producing sounds with the Microfreak using the Prophecy wavetables. So I got the clap from the Deadmau5 pack from X4 Records. And this is what I have so far. I'm going to add possibly a hi-hat on this, and I'm going to have enough to start to get going. So I ended up with this basic drum loop, which is going to be enough for starting to lay down some Microfreak lines. I'm using the virology set of wavetables from the Prophecy. There's 8 set, and this is the virology set. So let's, I'm just going to go toggle and find something that's going to be good for a bassline. Now let's record the bassline. And as you can see, well, so far, this is not really not a complex preset coming from the Microfreak, but I'm mostly using the, the signal running through the Microfreak from the wavetable, and also I'm benefiting from the analog filter of the Microfreak. So far for the bassline, we're gonna keep it simple. Now I have the signal from the bassline, which I'm gonna process a bit. Gonna make sure it's aligned correctly. Well, it sounds good to me with this alignment. And so far, it seems to be on grid. If you ever experience, some problems with the Microfreak not being tight enough, you can just literally resequence it by slicing it. But so far, it's good. Now, I'm going to give it its own channel, and I'm going to put some basic processing, which I put on bassline usually. First, we're going to raise the gain in the chain with the Britain channel. A bit of sidechaining with duck. And let's see if I can maybe get it to sound a bit tighter with some compression. Okay, well that's enough for now. I'm always dipping into mixing because I like it so much. But let's well, maybe let's just get an NLS channel for that. Yeah, there's a bit of like distortion, oversaturation coming in from that, but it's kind of nice. Or is it? Oh, okay, yeah, maybe it's just a matter of gain. Let's hear. Yeah, I think it's more from the compression. All right, so we have a bassline. Now I'm gonna save the preset and we're gonna move on to another element. I'm thinking about a pad that brings tension. In order to make the pad, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a various wavetables. In every set, from 1 to 5, it's always saw wavetables. From 5 to 10, it's always square wavetables or squarish wavetables. And from 10 to 15, it's always various wavetables. So it's like various is not square, is not saw, it's just a little bit funkier or in between stuff. And that's the closest you'll get to like more like metallic wavetables-ish in this pack. Although they're, it's really focused on analog style signals. But yeah, we'll go to that for the pads. So I chose this wavetable in the various. It's, I believe it's wavetable 15. I'm going to try to assign the envelope to the wavetable position. And I'm gonna just put on a Valhalla Supermassive just to preview how it would sound. So I added this, random component to the LFO just to give it a bit of variation. And now I'm gonna record that long signal here, that long pad tension. So now there's not much evolving in there, but let's process it to give it some vibe. We're going to slowly introduce that pad with a kilohertz filter. Let's see if we can put it before or after here. I'm gonna add a kilohertz convolver because I really want this to be like a background vibe and it brings like tension and excitement. I'm gonna use my own presets in there. Let's go in the Eternia and probably long reverbs. And this is it for part 1. Don't miss part 2 coming up soon. I'm adding more elements to the track. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. As you can see, I'm not making much of a puzzle in terms of preset creation, at least, not in this video. Sometimes I do, but for that, I'm just taking the power of the wavetables from the Prophecy. I'm running that into the Microfreak. I'm utilizing the sound of the analog filter and the sound of the Microfreak. And this lands into the project. There's some processing, some key processing there, and that's pretty much the magic of it. Stay tuned for next parts. We're going to progress the track, or they're going to add more elements. And if you feel you need some one-to-one mentoring, you want to dive deeper into music production, you want some group lessons, don't forget to check out my community of students. The link's in the description. And until then, I will see you in part 2. Cheers.